Everyone told me that budget running shoes under $60 are basically garbage, right? Like my buddy Marcus, the guy who's run 8 marathons, he literally laughed when I told him I was considering the Under Armour Charged Assert 9. He goes, dude, you get what you pay for. $50? You'll be replacing those in 3 months. And honestly, I was ready to believe him because, the guy knows his stuff. But here's the thing. 8 months later, I'm standing here with a completely different story to tell you. And Marcus? Well, let's just say he's eating his words right about now. So here's what actually happened. I was originally planning to buy some Brooks Ghost, the $130 ones that everyone raves about. But then I'm scrolling through Amazon at like 11 p.m., probably should have been sleeping, and I see these Assert 9s on sale for $45. $45! And I'm thinking, you know what, worst case scenario, I'm out the price of a nice dinner, right? The moment I opened the box, though, something felt different. I'm not even kidding. The mesh upper had this lightweight, almost airy quality that I immediately noticed. And look, I've tested probably 50 pairs of shoes over the past decade, so I know when something feels cheap versus when it just feels different. These felt different in a good way. Now let me tell you about my first real test. I threw these on for what was supposed to be a quick walk around the block, just to see how they felt on my feet. But I ended up walking for like an hour because they were just so comfortable. At 175 pounds with size 10 feet, I could actually feel the charged cushioning technology working. It wasn't too soft, wasn't too firm. It hit this sweet spot that I honestly wasn't expecting from a $50 shoe. But here's where it gets interesting. About 2 weeks in, I decided to really put them to the test. I wore them for a full 12-hour workday. We're talking standing on concrete floors, walking around a warehouse, the whole 9 yards. And guys, my feet felt fresh at the end of the day. I'm not exaggerating here. Usually after a day like that, I'm ready to ice my feet. But with these, nothing. So naturally, I started pushing them harder. 3-mile runs, morning dog walks, evening grocery runs, basically everything I'd normally do in my regular shoes. And the breathability? Unreal. I tested these during a brutal week in Houston. We're talking 95 degrees with humidity that felt like swimming through soup, and my feet never got that swampy feeling you usually get with cheaper shoes. Now, I'll be straight with you about the sizing because this is important. These run small, like definitely size up half a size small. I normally wear a 10, ordered a 10, and immediately knew I should have gone with 10.5. Thankfully, Amazon's return policy saved me, but learn from my mistake here. The real test came around month 6, though. Marcus sees me still wearing these things, and he's like, okay, how are those garbage shoes holding up? And I had to show him the soles. After 6 months of daily use, they were showing wear but no significant breakdown. The high-impact zones that Under Armour reinforced were exactly where you'd expect wear, and they were holding up perfectly. But let me give you the honest truth about durability, because this is where things get real. Around month 7, I started noticing the sole beginning to separate slightly. Not enough to make them unwearable, but enough to remind me that these are still budget shoes. And you know what? For the price I paid and the performance I got, I'm totally okay with that. Here's what really surprised me though, the versatility. These things transition seamlessly from morning workout to office wear to evening errands. Now, you're not going to win any style awards, but they're presentable enough for most casual work environments and comfortable enough for actual exercise. That's something you usually don't get in this price range. I also want to talk about who these are actually for, because Under Armour markets these as running shoes, but after extensive testing, I'd call them excellent daily trainers that can handle light running. If you're training for a marathon, look elsewhere. But if you need shoes that perform well across multiple activities, these absolutely deliver. The breathability through that mesh upper is genuinely impressive. I've had expensive shoes that don't breathe this well. And the charged cushioning? It's not revolutionary, but it's solid. For daily activities and runs up to about 3 miles, it provides exactly the support you need. Now, let's talk about the cons because there are some. Besides the sizing issue, I did experience what other users mentioned, some inconsistency in the eyelet durability. One of mine started to fray after about 6 months, though it never completely failed. And if you're walking on wet ceramic or tile floors, these can be slippery. Just something to keep in mind. But here's my bottom line after 8 months of real-world testing. At $45 to $70, these shoes deliver way more than they have any right to. The breathability is outstanding, the comfort is solid, and for people who work on their feet all day, they're honestly fantastic. My buddy Marcus, he actually bought a pair after seeing mine hold up. Turns out sometimes the conventional wisdom about budget shoes is just wrong. These prove that you can get genuine quality and comfort without dropping $130 on premium shoes. So if you need versatile daily trainers that can handle work, light exercise, and casual wear without breaking the bank, the Assert 9 is absolutely worth considering. Just remember to size up half a size, and if you can catch them on sale for under $50, they're an excellent value. Questions about these or want me to test something specific? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one, and I'll do my best to help you find the right shoes for your needs.